السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today we have our lab actually to discuss your entity relationship diagrams for your mini projects. So I hope that all groups have prepared the entity relationship diagrams. Let us start with group number 1. Group number 1.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, where is your entity relationship diagram?
Can I present here or you want me
Yeah,
to send in
yeah,
WhatsApp?
it's okay. You can present.
Okay.
Who is this? Afif or who?
Said.
Said. Said. Where can I find you? Said. Okay.
This is the ARDP.
Okay. Take 10 minutes to explain about it.
So basically, we do the online shopping system, and then the system consists of 6 entities. So the first entity is shop. Is shop actually. This one, is shop. And in shop there is a shop detail, shop ID, description, date created, shop name, and then we have order, associate entity, order ID, order date, order description, delivery method,
Where is the shop owner?
shop owner.
Yeah, you have to add shop owner because the owner is the responsible about the shop. He is the only one who can add or modify or insert or whatever.
Okay, shop owner.
Yeah, shop owner actually is supposed to be the owner supposed to be saved in the customers also.
But doctor, shop
Yes.
ID with shop owner is the same thing, right?
No, no, it's different. The shop is a shop, and the owner is an owner.
So
It's,
the owner is it in the customer or the shop?
the owner supposed to be a customer as well at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, because normally when you if let's say you want to create a shop on Lazada or on Shopee, you have to create an account, and that account will include also the customer. So you'll be considered also as a customer. You can log in, you can buy, you can do whatever. Okay?
So do we need to connect the shop with the customer?
Just think about it. I give you the idea and you think about it and think how to make it, how to link it. We have many scenarios last time we have studied similar to this. When the employee is a manager at the same time, or when the what they call it, when the customer is a user at the same time, has username and password. So we created many scenarios before. Okay, so you think about the good idea, the best idea, and make it. Okay.
Okay.
Then what else? You have order. Why the order is associative?
Because it has many relationship.
No. The order
Okay.
is not associative. The order is a normal table. Normal table that has Properties has order ID, order date, order description. Then it has delivery method. It has products.
Delivery method and the
No, this one is wrong. Actually, the relation between the product and the order is many to many. That means we have to have a middle table, right? The product table will include the information, the basic information about the items, right? But not the information about the every order. So in this case, you delete the has relation. This has a relation between the product and order. Just delete it. You insert a new table at the middle. Call it order detail. Order details. Then here you link this to the product and to the order. Okay, so the relation of the product, every product could be involved in many details, in many order details. So the many is the side of the order details, and the one is the side of the product. No, the opposite way. Yes. And the other side also the same thing. Each order should have multiple order details. No, opposite way. Opposite way.
oh, okay.
Okay, so here the order detail, you have the item ID, product ID, and quantity. The discount on item, if let's say you want to, if the system allows discount for separated items, or it's not necessary for the discount, not necessary. You just put the item ID.
Item ID, product ID, and
No. Product ID is the same. Is the item ID.
okay.
Yeah. Just you call it
So,
product.
but
So keep
doctor,
it.
we already have
What?
already product table here.
Yeah. This one,
Uh-huh.
this table, the order details have to have an ID itself.
Okay.
Yeah, that ID is different than the product ID.
So, okay.
In here, actually, in this kind of diagrams, you cannot mention the item ID here or the product ID, because the product ID actually is represented by the relation, right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
we cannot put it here. We cannot put it here. You see my cursor or not? Cannot see, right?
Cannot.
Okay, so here, instead of item ID, you put order detail number or record number or whatever. Put record number or order detail ID.
ID. Okay.
ID, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Then put the item product ID is coming from the relation, so we don't need to represent it here. Then order ID also no need to be represented because it's represented by the relation. We need to have the quantity and the price. The price is supposed to be here, right? In the product price. We have keep it. Don't delete it. The price is here. This is the price that represents the current situation. So, for example, if let's say we have a keyboard, we sell keyboard, and the keyboard now is 10 ringgit. So that 10 ringgit is supposed to be saved here. But maybe we sell like 10 pieces for 10 ringgit, then after that the price changed, right? So if the price changed, if we change this here at the product, if we make it, for example, 15, it shouldn't change the previous sales, right? That's why we should keep the price in the order detail also, because that one represents the sale that we have done based on that situation in a certain price. Okay? So
Doctor,
yes.
the order details, does it include the quantity and price, or would we just delete it from product table?
Product table doesn't have quantity. Wait. Product quantity. Actually, the quantity in practice is not saved in the product.
Okay, so we delete
In
it here.
practice. But for your case here, because we want to simplify, just put the quantity here. Just put the quantity. Yeah.
Just put the quantity inside the product table.
Yes. But this one is not a good, is not a best practice, okay? I will explain to you later why we shouldn't save it like that. Okay?
Okay.
Then, what do you have for the date? Actually, is coming from the order date. Here, shop. Where is customer? Customer ID.
This one.
No, customer ID. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. The relation between category and customer is wrong. There is no relation between category and customer. Delete it.
But if the customer want to buy the product, they must went through the categories first, and then they can
Yeah,
see the product.
they can go wherever they want, but that doesn't mean they have a relation to it. Don't mix up
Okay.
things. Yeah. Just delete the relation between the, yes. Now the relation actually is between the customer and the order.
Order here or the
Yes.
details.
No, order.
Okay.
Yes. So every customer could have multiple orders, but every order must have only one customer, right? So the one side is at the customer side, the opposite way. Okay, one is the customer and the order is many. You put it like that, mandatory, without any reason. You have to think about it. Is it mandatory or optional? So if we have one customer, the customer is registered before they have orders, right? So it's optional
Yeah.
to have order or not. It's optional. Yeah. But for the order, no, the opposite way. Customer is mandatory for order. But
Okay.
the order is not mandatory for customer. Okay?
Okay.
Then here has the delivery method, delivery ID, delivery company name. Okay. Just for the delivery, just delete it. Delete all the delivery. It's enough. If you can finish this, that's more than enough. Okay, just keep this. So now you have also to think about the relation between the shop and the owner. And what is the relation between the owner and the customer? Is it the same entity or different entity? It's up to you. You can design it as you want. Link the attributes here at the shop side. Shop.
Link attribute this one to
Yeah,
the.
shop ID is not linked, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And the other one, date created.
Okay.
Okay. So far is okay. Product has product name, product quantity, product ID. As I mentioned, product quantity is not a good practice, but to simplify the system, we want to make it like that now. Okay, product description, product price.
Doctor, the description, should it be in order or order details?
What description?
Order description.
Order description. What description is that?
Means like if the customer want to request something from the seller, it write in order description.
So that one's supposed to be in the order detail because that one is based on item, right?
Yes. So
It's not
right.
not necessary because here we want to only go through some scenarios to understand how to make it. That's all. We know that this system is not as real. Okay?
Okay. So
So here.
my last question.
Mhm.
What is actually I didn't not understand really about this. Why it has two order?
Why you have to order?
Yeah, why we need two order?
One
Right?
no, there is no two order. One order is the other one is order details. The order
Okay.
will have the order information and the details. Order details will include details. Okay, let me take over because you have taken more than your time.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I will explain to you here. So as you know, the order, the real order is something like this, right? So here we have some information at the header and some information at the tail, right? So at the header here, what we have the date, order date, we have the customer ID or customer name, contact, everything, date, and so on, right? But no items. Correct or not?
We have item in the product, right? Actually.
Yeah, items are here inside this area. Correct or not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now this one is the body of the order. This one is the body of the order. This one is for every order is one time, right? Is only one thing. So
Yes.
for customer is only one customer. For date is only one date. So that means this one is only one entity, right? But inside here we will have multiple records, right? How we are going to make it? We take this into separated table. Into separated table, we call it order details. So inside here, inside each one is one record. Each one is one record in the order detail. So we have to have the order ID that comes from top, the order ID. Let me.
Doctor, you are muted.
So this thing actually, I don't know why it doesn't return back. Anyway, okay. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay. So the ID of the order is coming from the header of the order, right? And here we will have the item ID. Then after that, we will have the quantity. Then we will have the price. Then we have to have the result of this, right? Which is the subtotal here. Then after that, we come to the next item like this, quantity, price equal to ST, blah, 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 until the end, okay? Then after that, we have to have here the total, okay? And also we could have discount. as a percentage, right? Then after that, we should have the net. Okay? So net is the payable amount that should be paid by the customer, right? So all of this stuff
Yes.
here, actually, and here is belongs to the order, and this stuff is belongs to the order detail only. Okay? Clear?
Okay. Clear, clear, clear.
Yeah. Okay, the group number 2.
We already sent at WhatsApp.
I don't want to present.
Uh,
Yeah, like that I cannot, we cannot handle it. Just present it.
okay.
Yeah, because we need to modify some things.
Can you see it?
Not yet.
Oh,
When you click share, you select entire screen. Yes.
okay.
Okay, good.
First, we got
Okay.
the
What? Yes. What's your system?
cooking recipe portal.
Cooking recipe. Okay.
Yeah.
So the important thing here we have user
User.
ID, password, name. Okay, then we have search category. No, delete the search. This you have to differentiate between the activity on the interface and the activity in the real life.
What if a user want to search the recipe? Steam
Yeah,
name.
they can search, but there's no relation between the user and category.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you make a relation between user and category, that means each user could have multiple categories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wrong because
Oh.
categories are global for all users. They can use them.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, user. What's about the information? Other information like contacts, like email, like phone number, or you don't want them? It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm just telling you about it. It's up to you if you
Okay.
want to make it or not. Then has recipe. So the recipe has ID, recipe name, description,
Description.
ingredient
Ingredient
ID. What do you mean by ingredient ID here?
It's like what the ingredient that we need use for that recipe.
No, that's wrong.
Oh.
So in this, if you make it that way, then every recipe could have only one ingredient. Cannot
Oh.
have multiple ingredients, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's wrong. So delete this because you create a wrong relation. Need relation. This one. Yeah, need relation. Also delete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the relation here between the ingredient and recipe is many to many, right? Because every ingredient could be involved in multiple recipes, right? And also each recipe could have multiple ingredients. So the relation here is not direct relation, is many to many relation that should have a middle table.
Middle table.
Yeah.
You mean like associative?
Just delete this.
Okay.
Delete this. Insert a new entity. Yeah. Here, you should create the entity that's named recipe details, exactly similar to the order details. No space in the name. No space in the name. Okay, details. Table is always plural.
Oh.
Yeah, but no. Here in this kind of diagram is should be singular, right? Yeah, correct. Should be singular. Yeah. Make it single.
So, we need to connect with the
Yeah.
recipe and ingredient together.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now the relation here in what's the meaning of recipe detail? It's exactly similar to the order ID. So we have to keep the recipe ID from the recipe table. Then also we have to take the ingredient ID from the ingredient. Then after that we should put the quantity that we want to put for this recipe from that ingredient, right or not?
Yes. So we
Yeah.
put
So
the recipe detail.
yes, recipe details. You put the quantity here and the unit. For naming, you always should use capital letter at the beginning of each word.
Okay.
Yeah, always have to do this. Yeah, because if you make it sometimes small, sometimes capital, your code letter will be really rubbish.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here you should put the unit as well. So the unit could be gram, could be milligram, could be kilogram, could be whatever, right?
Yeah.
And could be numbers like one piece, two piece, something like that.
Okay.
Depends on what kind of ingredient, right?
Yes.
Yes. So now how many fields we have for the recipe detail?
Uh, 2 or
Two plus recipe ID and ingredient ID, right?
okay.
Yeah. So that means four. No, don't
Oh,
create them because here in don't
oh,
create them here. They already there because you have the relation. They are
okay.
represented by the relation. So once we put the relation here, that means there's one foreign key and one primary key, right? The foreign key is at the recipe detail and the primary key is at the recipe to
Yeah.
represent the recipe ID. And also the ingredient ID is represented by a foreign key in the recipe detail,
Okay.
connected to the primary key from the ingredients. Okay?
Okay. So,
Then equipment. What equipments?
we mean like the equipment that need to use for recipe
Mm,
that still connect to detail recipe
okay,
detail
just delete that. Just delete that table.
equipment.
Yeah,
Okay.
delete it. Because as I said, we want to simplify things. We want to make sure that you have most scenarios in your system, then everything should be fine. You have to link the password to user and also the other attributes. It's not like okay. So
Okay.
here, what are the cardinality of the relations between the ingredient and recipe detail and also recipe?
For recipe detail. Uh,
The opposite way. This one is mandatory, the other one is optional. Why? Because the recipe detail is optional for ingredient. Maybe we have some ingredients that nobody uses for recipes yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe in future somebody will use them. But for now, nobody uses. We have the ingredient, but nobody uses. So that ingredients has mandatory existence, but the recipe detail is optional. But for recipe detail, if we create one recipe detail, we have to have one ingredient, right? For that,
Yeah.
it's mandatory, right?
Yeah.
the other way, recipe and recipe detail.
You mean like what?
Is it
Can you repeat?
mandatory, optional, or what?
Recipe detail.
Many to one, one to many. What is that?
Which one? Recipe detail.
The recipe detail and recipe, the relation between them.
Oh, recipe detail. Recipe. Is it correct?
You have to have a logic. When you select, you have to have a logic in your mind. This one is that the two sides are mandatory. You know why? Because
Oh, because
we never have recipe without ingredients.
yes.
Cannot. But we can have ingredient without being involved in a recipe, right? That's why the
Yeah.
other side is optional. But this side doesn't have optional. Both sides of the relation are
It's
mandatory.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because recipe detail should belongs to recipe. Okay, this is mandatory, and recipe should have also recipe details. So also mandatory. Okay,
Okay.
recipe name, description. Okay, yeah, good.
Okay.
So far good. Uh, okay, just thank you.
Okay.
Just try to tune the things. Try to think about it carefully, to see to find any possible wrong scenario that could happen. Just think about it. Try to analyze the diagram and see if there is any mistake. Try to modify and but before you modify, keep a snapshot for this, screenshot for this, and modify. Always
Okay.
keep backup copy for yourself.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
group
you.
number 3. Oh, guys, please quickly because we still have 20 minutes. For myself, I can stay extra time, but for you, I think you have another class, right? Okay, group number 3. What's your topic?
Our topic is the restaurant management system.
Okay,
So this is our ERD. We have 5 entities, which are the customer, order, employee, bill, and menu.
okay. Let us quickly make it. The order have the same issue with your colleague, with group number 1. So each order should have order detail. Okay, this is one thing. And also there is no relation between bill and actually the relation between the bill and order supposed to be there. Bill and order. Yeah. Order detail is not attribute. It's entity.
Entity.
Yeah. Just delete this and create an entity. Okay. The relation between customer and menu, there is no relation. Delete that view. Okay, the customer can view the menu, but they don't have relation with it. If we create a relation between the customer and menu, that means every customer has a special menu for himself or herself, and this is not practical, right?
Yes.
It's totally wrong. So here, menu should have menu item, not menu, because the menu is only one.
Menu item.
Yeah, menu. No need to write menu item. Just write item. That's all. item. Item is
New attribute or
no. The mean you change it to item.
okay.
Item. Then here you have to have item category. So the category should be different entity. I don't want to make it complicated for you, but this way is really incomplete. Okay, just delete this attribute category, and we simplify it. We assume that there is no categories. Okay, we assume like that. If later you want to make the categories, then you can make it. But for now, I want to simplify for you.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Okay. So the relation here between the item and the item, the order detail, not between the item and the customer.
Again, Doctor, the relation
Between the item and order detail. Exactly similar to group number 1.
okay.
Yeah, you can discuss later with your colleagues in group number 1. Okay.
All right.
Then the order detail also should have the quantity, the price, and everything. Yes. Then you have to link the order ID with the order.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, okay. For the payment, I don't want you to go there. Just delete the bill, entire bill, and its details. Just delete it. Okay. For
Yeah.
this level now, it's more than enough. If you can finish this, that's more than enough. Then you will understand how to create other scenarios. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. For the employee, you have position. Delete the position. Delete the position. Delete the address. Delete the. Okay, if you want to keep the address, that's no problem. Shift also delete. Just keep it basic. Okay, that's enough. Okay, now you have to think about the cardinality. So between order and employee, you make the two sides optional, right? And the two sides many. That means in every order we have many employees. Is that correct?
Many orders.
In each order we have many employees involved. Is that correct or not?
Oh no,
That's
only
wrong,
one.
right?
Yes.
So for one order, we have only one employee, but one employee could be involved in many orders, right? So one side is
Yes.
many and one side is one. Correct. But
Correct.
the other one, optional or mandatory? Employee, is it mandatory for
Employee.
order or order can make itself by itself?
Oh, it's mandatory.
Mandatory, right? So change it to mandatory.
Yeah.
No, opposite way. And could we have employee who don't do any order?
Yes, like the restaurant owner.
That one is not an employee. Okay, anyway, you can make it optional. If let's say you want to consider the kitchen chef or maybe the barista or something like that, then they not necessary to have an order to create orders. Okay, for the customer and order, customer should have order, at least one order, so it's mandatory, and the order must be made for one customer. So the relation, is it one to many or many to many or one to one? Guys, you need always to remember, if like this relation between customer and order here is many to many, that means we have to have a middle table. We have to have a middle table. We cannot create direct many to many relation. We cannot make it. Okay. So here between customer and order, each customer could have multiple orders, right?
Yes.
Maybe he come today, he come tomorrow, after tomorrow, every day have one or more orders, right? So the customer is one and the order is many. And the two sides are mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Then the relation between order to order details, it's one to many. So each order must have, could have multiple order details, could have only one item. So order details is many and one. Could we have order detail without order? Definitely no, right? So it's mandatory. And also, is it possible to have an order without any order details? Definitely no, right? So both sides are mandatory. Okay, what's about the item and order detail? Each item should be involved in one order or more, right?
Yeah.
And each order detail should have only one item, right? So one side is one and another side is many. Which one is one and which one is many? Yes, item is one
Item.
and the other one is many. Both are mandatory, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all. Okay, save it and just go back, discuss with your colleagues. Also discuss with your colleagues in group number 1 to see how to make it and what's the consequences of everything you have done. Okay?
Okay.
Group
Okay.
number 4. Group number 4. We still have 11 minutes. Please, quickly. Okay, what's your system?
Online book system.
Online book system.
Online ebook system.
Yes, okay. Online ebook system. Okay, favorite has user has favorite. Status. This one is wrong. Favorite is not incomplete. Then here we have genre.
Sorry.
It's not music to have genre. We could have category, not genre, right?
Yeah.
We have to have category. Okay, so you change this to category. Then we have book, the information of the book. Okay, author, one to many, correct. And author account. What's the account?
Account is that have username, password, and type.
The author himself will have account.
Author and user will have an account.
Who will enforce the author to have an account?
Because if they don't have an account, they have an account to add book to the system.
Who is going to add the book?
Author.
The author himself or herself?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Or
This is not what you have explained to me last time.
yeah.
Last time you explained to me that the users could upload ebooks and share it with others, right? This is what have you explained to me, or at least this is what I understood.
Huh?
So, what do you think? What do you want to do? Which one you want to make?
This one.
This one. Okay. Honestly, I'm telling you, there is no case where the author uploads her or his books to a system. Normally, the publisher is the one who upload the books to the system, not the author.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to make it this way, it's in realistic, you know?
Ah.
Yeah. So just delete this, delete
Delete
the
what?
account, delete the account, delete the register, this one, because actually there is nothing called register account like that. Once we have user, the user means account, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
No need to repeat the things.
Okay.
So just put the user ID, username and password to the user. Add it. Username and password to the user. And okay, for the author here, no need to have that information. Achievement. What's achievement?
It's mean like
Index. Just delete the achievement. What is it?
it's mean like what we call the how the book is like best selling book. He's the author, right? Of course, people want to read the book that having like top selling without of doing description, a little description about
Yeah,
the
if you know, if you want to go there are too many complications, many details. If I explain to you about this, you will never understand it in one day. You maybe need 1 week to understand the complications of these cases, of these scenarios, because libraries have a lot of complications. Even the relation between the author and book is not like that, because many books have multiple authors. What to do in this case? Right or not?
yeah.
Yeah, so delete the achievement, change index to ID. Okay, then delete the add, author add book, delete add. Create another table, another entity. Put it at the middle. So that one is author book, book authors, book author or authorship, for example. Yeah, you can make it authorship. Authorship. SHIP. No, together, one word. Like friendship, authorship. Yeah, okay. So here the relation, this table actually is to make the association between the author and the book, because many books have multiple authors. So in that case, one book will have more than one author. So that details should be saved in a middle table, right? So you create the relation between the author and authorship, and also between the authorship and book. Okay? Here, do we have to save other extra information for the authorship? Should we keep like date or other information? Not necessary, right? Not needed at all. It's not practical to have. We only need the association between the book and the authors, right? So this is what they call it, associative relation.
Oh.
Yeah, and here the authorship doesn't have an ID itself. It doesn't have an ID itself. Yeah, so click on the authorship, go there, select associated. Okay, here the primary key is what?
ID.
The primary key is the book ID and the author ID together is a primary key for the authorship, because we don't want to have the same author twice in the same book, right?
Yes.
And also we don't want to key in the same book twice for the same author. That's why we call this type of relations as associative relation. It's only used for association, to create the association itself between the book and author. Okay? Change genre to category, or yeah, change it to category. No, the table at the middle. Category. Okay, I think it's more than enough for you. Just save it. Just think about the favorite. Favorite actually is another thing. Actually, cannot be like that. Favorite. What's the status? I don't know what's the status. Just
Status.
think. Just go and think about it. Okay. It's
Okay.
also an associative. Actually, the favorite is associative relation as well. So it doesn't have to have any attributes. But if you want to create, it's up to you. What does it mean? I don't know really.
Status is
What?
actually for user. Where we want to know whether user has read the book or not.
Hmm.
Just the status, just whether the user is read the book or
Okay,
not.
if you want to follow the readings, in that case, you have to create another table to catch the reads for users for every book. Because sometimes users, they read a book, but they don't like it. They don't want to put it in the favorite. So in that case, how you are going to track that? Okay, just delete the status from here, and go to sit together with your colleague and discuss about it.
Okay.
Doctor, I quit the class first.
Sorry.
I quit the class first. I have exam.
Okay. For group number 5 now. Group
Thank you,
number
doctor.
5. Okay. Group number 5. Do you have class? Group number 5. Do you have class or not?
No, I don't have.
You don't have. Okay.
I don't know if everyone else has, but I don't have class.
Okay. Okay. What's
Okay,
your
so
system?
for
Is hospital, right?
the hospital management system, yes.
Okay.
So we have the patient table, the room table, the nurse table, and the doctor table.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So one patient will be one nurse is in charge to one room, and one room and many nurses.
Huh?
One doctor is in
Huh?
charge for one
No,
room.
you represent it in the wrong way. You represent it in the wrong way, right?
Wrong way.
Yeah, the relation between nurse and room. Before we continue, here in the entity relationship diagram, entities should be singular. Cannot be rooms, doctors, nurse. It should be singular. Okay, you can fix it later, no problem. So make it patient, room, nurse, doctor. Single, all single. Okay? The relation here between the nurse and room. For one room, how many nurse is in charge?
One room. Many nurse.
Why?
Because they have shift. Maybe nurse A is in the morning shift, nurse B in the afternoon, something like that.
So in this case, you have to have another table, middle table, because the relation here is many to many.
Yes.
So one nurse could be involved in multiple rooms. No, I don't want you to make it that way. Actually, you want to go to the wrong path. I don't want you to go to the very complicated scenarios. Okay, we want to make the scenario as simple as that. One room has only one nurse in charge. Okay. Normally in hospitals, when you go to hospital, you stand in front of the room. You see one picture for one nurse, which is responsible for this room. Right or not?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't go to hospital.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let us take this. Alhamdulillah, that means you are healthy. Yeah. Let us take it as simple as that. So one room should be one nurse should be responsible for. Sorry, each room should be under one nurse. Okay. So the
Okay.
relation is one at the
Okay.
nurse side and many at the room side. Many at the room
Oh,
side.
okay. Many.
Is it optional, doctor, or mandatory?
Actually, it depends on the system, but we want to make it mandatory because here we want each room to have one nurse.
Okay.
Every room must have one nurse in charge. But some nurse doesn't have, are not responsible for rooms, right? So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nurse side is optional, or the
Optional.
room side is optional. Which one is optional? Don't change.
I think
The nurse.
the nurse.
No, the room
The
side
nurse.
is optional because the nurse is always there,
Oh,
always there, right? Is
okay. Okay.
mandatory, right? But there is some nurse doesn't have rooms.
Yeah.
They are not in charge of some rooms, right? So the room
Yeah.
is optional.
Okay.
It's a little bit confusing, okay? Because you don't do practice. Okay. Here, is it possible for one nurse to be in charge of multiple rooms?
Yes.
If this is the scenario, if it's allowed by the hospital, then your design now is okay. But if the hospital say that one nurse is in charge of only one room, what we can do that time? Relation at that time will be 1-to-1, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, we have to change the room side to be one as well. It's up to you. Which scenario you want to pick, it's up to you.
Because doctor, I asked my friend who took nursing. She said that there are nurses. There are one room can have many nurses in charge. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, that
That's why.
scenario is complicated. I know. The real scenario is like that. But if you want to make that, you will be in a very big problem. It's your system will become very, very complicated. And this is your first time, right? So we want to make it simple for you.
Okay.
Yeah. We want to make it, we start simple, then you understand. After that, you can create any complication you want. Okay?
So this one should be many or one.
Just keep it many, no problem. Now, this one is not that complicated. Many or one is not that issue. You will still have the same components in both cases. But if you want to make it many to many, then you have to have a middle table, two relations, and many things. Also, interfaces later will be very complicated. Yeah. Okay. Then one doctor is in charge of many rooms.
The same, right? Like the nurse.
Yeah. But one room. Yeah, actually, is each patient must be admitted under a name of one doctor. Actually.
So,
But one doctor could admit multiple patients, right? So should be in charge of multiple rooms. So the doctor is one and the room is many. Okay. Then we have patient. So patient could be admitted in multiple rooms, right? Because maybe last year he was admitted in room number 5, and this year he is admitted in room number 10, right? Definitely is not admitted in the same time more than one time. Correct or not? So, yeah, one patient could be admitted in multiple rooms. Here, what do we have? This one actually is not a direct relation here.
So this should be associative or
This one actually supposed to be an associative relation, because the admission is an entity, right? Admission should be done by an employee. Also should have date, should have other details like is it under insurance or not, something like that, right?
yes.
Yeah, many information we still need. And patient actually is admitted under a doctor. So the relation between the doctor and the admission, not between the doctor and the room. Correct or not? Actually, the doctor, he is or she is the one who created the what they call it, the admission request, right?
Okay.
Yeah. In most cases, the doctor is going to request the admission for a patient, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the doctor is connected to the admission. Just delete the admission relation, admitted relation, delete it, create an entity instead of it.
Entity. Yes.
This one is admission. This is actually a middle table. This one is not an associative relation, because this one has it's an entity. And okay, anyway, you can make it associative like that. Okay, later you can correct it. Okay. Admission. Then you take the in charge from doctor connected to the admission. Yeah, just delete the relation to the rooms.
This one.
Yeah. Okay. And then take the room relation connected to the admission. Okay, take the patient connected to the admission as well. Okay. So now here, for the admission, we have to have the doctor ID, we have to have the patient ID, and we have to have the room ID as well. Okay, so these three things should be saved into the admission table, right? After that, we have to save the date of admission. We have to save like other information about under insurance or not, have guarantee letter or doesn't have, other information, right?
So can we combine that as details or should we break it down?
What do you mean?
So like you said, we can add the attributes like insurance or guarantee letter, right? Can we put that under details or just list it?
No. For one admission, we have this information one time. It's not a master and detail like order and order details. It's not like that. Because one admission has only happened one time.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the same admission, we may have multiple payments, for example. So in that case, we have details for payment, but we don't want to go. We don't want now to go for that that kind of complication. Yeah, and now you already have 5 entities. It's more than enough for you. Okay, so here you have to create the admission date and time. You also, if you want to make the employee name, we don't want to create users or employee table with username and password. Then we make it complicated. We don't want to do that. Okay, we just want to write the name of the person who created the admission.
So like the person in charge just put in one attribute.
What person in charge? You mean the employee who created the admission?
Yeah.
Yeah, just attribute.
Okay.
Date and time, employee name.
Date, time. So the attribute for the admission, just the doctor ID, patient ID, room ID, and then
That one you cannot create as attribute because that one is already represented by the relation.
okay. So
Yeah.
the attribute is going to be date, time, and only. Oh, so sorry, my cat. So
Yes.
the attribute
Date, time, and employee ID, employee name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you need to fix the relation between patient and admission, between room and admission, between doctor and admission.
All right.
You use this this diagram actually is very complicated.
Yeah.
Not easy to use. I know this. Last time I was using it. It's very complicated. That's why I prefer that entity relationship plus. Okay, now this one in charge side doesn't have any cardinality.
Oh wait. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, doctor admissions. One doctor could have multiple admissions. For one admission, we mandatory have to have one doctor. For the room, for admission, one room could be used for multiple admissions, but one admission is only for one room, right? So the room side is one and the admission side is many.
Is it this?
No, the opposite way.
Opposite way, all right.
Okay, patient. Actually, for patient to be a patient, he should be admitted only at least one time, right? Or maybe the system is that this patient is recorded into the system from the clinic while he is not admitted, not inpatient. Maybe for outpatient purpose, the patient is recorded into the system. That's why the admission side is optional, right? But if let's say this is a hospital for admission only, then in that case it will be mandatory. Okay?
So you should change this?
No. Now is okay. One patient could be admitted many times or could be not admitted at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. You have one big issue with this diagram, actually, which is the in charge boxes here.
In
The
charge here.
in charge boxes here. You put the in charge box here to form the relation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other relations between room admission and patient admission doesn't have boxes, right? Does not have diamond.
Oh, yeah, deleting this.
Yeah. So you have to make it unified. You have to use the same approach, either this or that. But for standard entity relationship diagram, we have to have diamond for relation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to fix the patient and admission relation and also room admission relation. Later fix
So
it by
meaning
yourself. Just
between
add
the
the
admission.
just add the
Ah.
diamond at the middle
Okay.
of the relation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is there any question?
I think no.
Okay. So please go and discuss this with your colleagues. Try to share the information with other groups. Try to discuss, because discussion is very good thing to have to let you understand more. Okay? Discuss.
Okay.
See, try to think about the possible scenarios. In case you found any possible wrong scenario that could happen, just discuss with me, and inshallah we try to fix it. Okay?
Okay.
See you inshallah
Doctor,
next week. Yes.
Doctor,
Yes.
I'm from group 4 earlier,
Uh-huh.
and you have seen our ERD, right? But earlier you kind of rushed in checking our ERD. So can we ask you again about our ERD? Because
What?
we don't have any classes after this.
Okay. If you want to open it back, okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Yours is book system, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think we already done this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have no issues. Uh-huh. Any
Oh,
question?
but I thought there's something that we need to correct it.
No, I think everything is done properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For the favorite, we don't have any attribute, right? Except the foreign key.
For what?
Favorite.
For the favorite, actually, it's favorite is an associative relation. So each user could attach one book as a favorite, more or one book or more as a favorite, but the user cannot attach the same book twice as a favorite. Okay, so that's why the here the favorite actually is only a combination of the two primary key of the other tables. So the one field is user ID and the other field is the book ID, and both of them are going to form the primary key for the favorite, and each of them is going to be a foreign key from the other table.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. If you want to keep extra information like the date when the user makes this book as a favorite, for example, date and time, you can create another attribute to save the date and time. It's if you want to keep track only, but that one actually is what to say? It actually is not meaningful, okay? Because nobody actually is going to care about this date and time. Right or not?
Right.
Yeah, if, for example, when we go to the browser, for example, Chrome or whatever, and we save one page as a favorite, do we care about the date and time when we save that page as a favorite page? We don't care, right? The only thing that we need that we keep that book in our favorite list. That's all. So that's why we shouldn't add anything. Favorite is more than enough. It's optional here because maybe one user doesn't have any favorite books, and also maybe one book is not involved in any favorite list for any user. So that's why it's optional. Okay? The rest of the things are very good. Okay.
Okay, doctor, our cardinality here is correct or not?
Your cardinality here, author, is author actually, and authorship is necessary, mandatory. Two sizes are mandatory. You make one of them optional, yes. And book authorship is also mandatory. Don't make it optional. Yes. Category and book, mandatory. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's looks very good. Okay, just go back, sit together with your colleagues and discuss about the possible things that could happen, possible scenarios and so on. Try to find any mistake that could happen. Let us discuss about it. Okay?
Okay, doctor.
Yes. Any other questions?
No, doctor.
Okay, then I see you inshallah next Monday. Okay?
Right,
Assalamu
thank you,
alaikum wa
doctor.
rahmatullah. Have a nice day. Bye.